Getting ready to head over to Paramount Antique Store. I'm going to the Paramount Marketplace. It's been a month and a half since I've been there, so I'm hoping there's some new items in there. I'd actually like to check out a couple this week. Today, I only have time for one because I have to go get Jameson in a couple hours, but I thought I would take you with me for like a week of antiquing. I'm looking for spring items. I'd love like planters, obviously just decor, maybe a pretty teacup, something like that. So we're gonna head over there. We're gonna see what they have, and then I'm thinking I'll go to the West one this week. And there's also another like new antique store that I have never been to before that I would like to check out. And then hopefully at the end I'll have some items to share with you. It is Tuesday. We're headed out to a brand new antique store. I think they're called Vintage Finds Antiques. So I'm very excited to see what they have going on. I've not been in. I haven't seen pictures. Like I tried to look online to see if I could find any pictures of it, and I really didn't see anything. So I have no idea like what the vibe is, what they have in there, but I'm excited to go look. I don't think it's huge. So we're going to hit that one first, and then we're going to go out to Paramount West and we're going to browse around there for probably a couple hours. So let's be on our way. Okay, so they were closed. I have no idea because I can't find them online what their hours or anything are. So we're going to try to get back to them another day. And I guess we're going to go and head over to Paramount. Maybe we'll go to Hudson. We'll see. It's Wednesday, and we're going to head over to Hudson Antiques. Tomorrow, we're going to try to go to that one that was closed yesterday. I saw that they were open today. I had to run some errands this morning, but I don't have time to do both of those today. But I think it's pretty small, so we'll have time to do that. And then if there's any estate sales or garage sales, I can hit those tomorrow, and then we'll get to the haul on Friday. So let's head over to Hudson and see what they've got. Thursday, we're getting ready to head out and see if we can stop by an estate sale. I looked on my estatesales.net app, and there's one estate sale that looked interesting to me. The rest of them just didn't really look like they would have the kind of stuff that I'm super interested in. So we're gonna go hit that one. That Vintage Finds antique store, that new antique store that was closed the other day, we're going to try to hit them. And then I will see if there are garage sales kind of on the way to these places. It's been overcast with the chance of rain all day. So I think people probably didn't plan to have sales today, but you never know. I have gone to sales on rainy days before, so it wouldn't be totally out of the realm of possibility. So we're gonna go see if we can find more vintage. I've gotten a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna share a whole haul with you here at the end of the video, so stay tuned. And I'm excited to share with you all the things that I got. Let's go. Well, that was super fun to do, just a week of antiquing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've shown you some of these places pretty frequently, and you know, they're ever changing, so it's always fun, I think, to do a walkthrough, but also getting to stop into some new places was really fun. I'm excited to share all the things that I got with you. I am gonna kind of go day by day and tell you what I got from each place. So we're gonna start with Monday, which is when we went to Paramount Marketplace. And the first thing that I picked up from Paramount Marketplace is this cute little vintage tag. Obviously somebody has, you know, created this to look like a cute little, like, whimsical vintage decor tag. And it's got this little rabbit on it and a little saying. I actually love the back as well. I kind of wish I would have gotten two so I could display one on the front and one on the back. But I'm not usually someone who goes for the word decor. The reason that I picked this up is actually not necessarily to decorate with, but I'm starting a junk journal. You're gonna see it in my spring video, as long as it doesn't suck. Essentially, if you've never heard of a junk journal before, it is kind of a new take on scrapbooking where you collect things just from your day-to-day. Could be a wrapper of something you ate, it could be a receipt, it could be a tag from something you recently bought. It's supposed to kind of be a way to journal what's kind of going on in your life at the time, or whatever your spread's gonna be about, whether it's about an event that you went to or a season. But essentially you're trying to actually use items that you kind of just come across and repurpose them in a beautiful way. And it's just a fun way to be creative. I'm gonna do something that's kind of between junk journaling and scrapbooking, because I will pick up things to curate a certain aesthetic, but the plan is to do something kind of between the two and just have a fun creative outlet. I don't know how much of it I will share. I guess we'll see if you guys are interested in seeing that, but I think it'll be a really fun way to just kind of get in the mood for different seasons, holidays, and just different things like that. Actually, Jameson, when I found out about junk journaling, I got Jameson a little journal, and we kind of started with him. And he has made several spreads, and it's been very fun to do along with him. It's just like a place he can put all of his little stickers and just like all of the little drawings that he does, or if Luke and I we draw him stuff to put in his lunch boxes. He'll save those little cards and he'll put them in his junk journal. So it's just fun, crafty stuff. But I thought this would be great for a spring spread. I spent $6 on it. Now I have to figure out if I want to display it this way, or if we're gonna like fold it. Who knows? We're gonna figure it out. But I thought this was pretty cute to add in there for that. The next thing that I picked up is this little bell. It's just this pretty ornate brass bell. It's got such a beautiful mounting plate. It's obviously older. It's got a nice patina to it. When I saw it, I thought that would be the perfect dinner bell for our newly renovated kitchen. So I'm gonna find a wall to put it in there, and I think Jameson's just gonna get a kick out of ringing the bell when dinner's done. So this was $12. The only thing we need to do is address this string situation. There's like this dirty old string that's on here. The chain obviously broke at one point, and so to extend it, they just put a string on it. But I think we'll maybe get it a new chain. There's this little spring. I have no idea why it's on there. I don't know that it serves a purpose, but we'll probably take that off. And yeah, we're gonna find a wall for this in the kitchen. I think it'll be really cute. And then lastly, from Paramount Marketplace, I got these frames. There's actually two of them. They are identical. They were sold separately, so I did pay $32 per frame, but these are really nice. They're actually a pretty good size, but they are a nice quality wooden frame. I have so many ornate gold frames at this point, but I also have a lot that are plastic or just are not as high of quality. So I'm really being a bit more picky now and wanting to replace some of those that I don't love anymore with like nice quality ones. Totally worth the $32 a piece that I spent on them. They've already got like a hanging wire on them. I don't worry about them not having glass. I don't use glass a lot of times with my prints, as you guys know. And so I thought these would be perfect to add to my collection. I feel like right now I don't have, aside from these two, any open frames to add artwork around the house. And so I'm wanting to replace some frames, and I'm also wanting to add artwork to certain spaces. So I'm collecting as many frames right now as I can, so long as they are a nice quality frame. Now for Paramount West, I always find like my favorite things from Paramount West. There are some booths in there that I just really enjoy and that I always find stuff at. And the very first thing that I picked up was from like the booth that you see right when you walk in the door. I don't remember the name of it. I show it to you in nearly every Antique With Me video if I go to that Paramount. And it's just such a fantastic booth. She styles it so well. And I love to see like how she changes it seasonally, and she changes that booth a lot because I go in probably once a month for the most part. I will stop in and she's always got it switched around, but it looks very cute for like spring, summer right now. And there were a bunch of these little planters. It's just a terracotta pot. It has the saucer already, which I love. It's already got a drain hole. So this is good to go. I have a golden pothos that I've got a lot of growth on that I need to propagate from, and I really want to start a new plant. So it was only $7.95, which I feel like was a great price for this. I should have grabbed two. I might have to pop back in there, grab another one. I love that it's kind of got this like aged look about it. And of course that it's just like, you got everything you need here. So we're gonna propagate and we're gonna plant a new plant here soon, probably in our spring video. We will do that. The next thing I got is this tassel. It's showing up yellow on camera. It's a gold, it's a deeper gold than it's showing up as on camera, but I'm loving the resurgence of tassels. I'm seeing them everywhere. And I just think they're such a cool way to embellish your furniture piece by just like putting it on the handle. And so I have my secretary desk in the dining room. It has right now a little tiny tassel on it that I got from, I don't even know. It probably came on something that I bought. It's like not even a real tassel. It's like the most pathetic little tassel ever, and it needs a replacement. So I found this one. It was $1.50, and this is just something that I'm keeping an eye out for now. I think it's a fun way to like fancy up your furniture. So keep an eye out for tassels. And it's very traditional. Although it's like a trendy thing right now, it is a very traditional embellishment, and so I think that's really fun. The next thing that I got is this candlestick, and I love the ones with the handles. I have actually behind me a couple of these that match. Now they're not the exact same. They're like slightly different, but the design looks pretty much the same. And I have been looking for the last couple of years since I got those for more of them, and I haven't seen them anywhere until I saw this one. So pretty, perfect for spring. You know, anything that kind of has that leaf design or florals, I think is perfect. I went ahead and put this like beeswax candlestick in it, which are so fun for spring. I spent $12 on this, which was, I think, a great price for it. I love the ones with the handles, and even the handle is like fancy and ornate. So that was a fun find. And let's see, is this the last thing? The last thing that I got from Paramount West is this little wooden box. I spent $25 on this, which is a little more than I would normally spend for a wooden box because I have gotten bigger ones for less before. However, this does look genuinely old. It's got a nice dark stain on it already, and it's got a nice patina on the top, which I love. It's just, you know, it's got its old world vibe going on. And funny enough, when I opened it up, I saw that there's actually this cute little rusty lock on it. So if I actually wanted to lock it up, I've got a lock and these keys that brought back all the memories of my 90s diary. And yeah, so those 90s diaries, you could just literally break those things open. But you know, we thought the little locks and keys were doing something. Anyway, my idea for this was our coffee table. I don't do a lot of coffee table styling because we use our coffee table so much and it's not very big. And so I don't like to have a ton of stuff on there, but I would like to make it look a little prettier. So I thought this would be really cute, and it has storage, which is a bonus for our remotes and things. I can hide things away in there, and it's easy to pick up and move if we need to move it out of the way for playing games or, you know, snacks if Jameson's like eating snacks or whatever. Anyway, I thought this was cute. I think we're gonna put it on the coffee table. I think honestly, wooden boxes are never a bad idea to just collect. They're great in any vignette, kind of using them as a riser. And then again, anything with storage is just a win for me. So the next stop was Generations, and I remember seeing them on social media a couple of months ago and thinking, why have I never heard of that before? And so I asked the lady when I was checking out, how long have you guys been here? She said that they've been there since Memorial Day, so they are fairly new. And I would say it's more similar to, they do have vintage booths. Like they had like a good kind of stretch or two, maybe 2 aisles of vintage sellers. And then they had a lot of like new retail sellers that were selling like sports memorabilia, t-shirts. You know, some of the booths were selling like headbands and obviously like not vintage things, but newer things. So kind of like a flea market, but they did have some good vintage stuff in there as well. The first thing that I grabbed was this little accent decor piece. Very traditional. It's just like a nice kind of dark wood tone. And I just feel like I'm always looking for things of this size when I'm styling vignettes. So I knew it would be just like a nice item to have on hand. It was only $9. It's got this like carving on the top and these cute little starbursts, or whatever you want to call them, little like stars on them. So I thought that was cute. And then of course it's storage. So again, we love anything we can store stuff in. And then probably the most exciting find of our trip also came from Generations, and that's this little entry table that you can see behind me. So this was $75, and our hallway is long, narrow, and dark. I have tried so many different furniture pieces in there. I really liked our secretary desk in there, mainly because it was slender enough to fit in there, and you know, when you turn the corner out of the kitchen, you didn't feel like you were gonna knock into it, but it's dark in there. And so thumbing through all the stuff in there, it's hard to see. And I couldn't really fit a lamp on top of it without it looking awkward. So this is really the perfect piece of furniture to go in a small hallway like that. And I've got this little lamp that sets up in there. It brightens up the hallway, which it desperately needs. So it's a great little piece of furniture for that small space. Yeah, very happy about that find. Then let's see, where do we go after Generations? Actually, I think that day we stopped at a garage sale in the morning, and I almost didn't stop because they had tons of like baby and kids stuff, but I did stop because I saw a suitcase or something that I thought, oh, that kind of looks vintage. So I'm glad I did stop. I didn't get the suitcase, but I did find this 4 set of bowls. These are just so pretty. They have this beautiful floral design on the inside and this gold rim. It actually says this is 22 karat gold. Perfect for spring. I will say I don't decorate with a lot of pink and yellow, but if there were ever a time, spring is the time for it. 50 cents each. I got 4 of them. They're all in beautiful condition. And you know, something I always try to keep in mind, because I like to buy sets of 6 when it comes to like my table setting stuff, you can always complete your set by just buying like a couple more off of eBay and Etsy, and you can usually get them for a decent price. So I think I saw a 4 set on eBay for like 35 bucks or something. So I mean, I definitely got a good deal because I spent what, $2, but they weren't like crazy out of this world expensive. And yeah, I think they'll be really nice for a spring tablescape. The next stop we made was Hudson Antiques, and Hudson has been here for about, I think, a year, maybe a little over a year, and I've taken you guys in there a couple of times. They have one booth in there, and it's probably the largest booth in there, and it looks like it's just all antique straight out of France. It's beautiful, lots of ornate, gorgeous like frames and mirrors and candelabras and wall sconces. So many beautiful things. They are a little bit pricey. I would be so curious to know where they source them from, because I'm gonna assume that they are probably not sourcing them locally, but I could be wrong about that. But I love looking at that booth and just getting lost in it because they have so many beautiful things. So the only thing that I did end up purchasing from Hudson were these magazines. They're not vintage, but we talked about the junk journal, and I thought these would be fun to flip through first off because I love looking at magazines, but then also to use for my junk journal because these are kind of like springy editions. These were $4 a piece. I got the Cottage Journal Vintage Cottage. This one looks very springy. And then Victoria Classics English Cottage. These will be fun to kind of flip through, and then we will craft out of them possibly. So then our last stop was an estate sale, and I was super excited to find all of this upholstery fabric. I have a ton of it. A lot of the pieces have been cut into, so there are some like weird cutouts in them, but there's like quite a bit here. And it's this beautiful like tapestry design. This is something that's trending right now, but it's classic. So this is great just to have on hand for if I come across like a footstool that needs reupholstered or a bench or something like that. I have noticed that these upholstery fabrics are expensive, and this is like a really nice quality one. It's got a lot of texture to it. It's a high quality fabric. I was having a hard time tracking down the exact fabric that it was online, but it is a really nice one. So we could make pillows out of it, or even I think you could probably make a wall hanging out of it. If one of these pieces is big enough, I'll have to kind of assess that situation as I kind of look through it. But I do have a ton of it here, and I like just having this on hand. I got the whole stack for $14, which I feel like was just an unbeatable price. So very excited about that find. And that concludes our haul for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I had so much fun putting this video together and just like shopping my vintage heart out all week. I have a spring video coming that will be kind of a spring decorate and craft with me, essence of spring video, if you will. I think that's gonna be really fun. So stay tuned for that one. And I have so many ideas and so many things that I'm excited to share with you this year. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon in a brand new video. Bye.